All right, so we are going to talk about duties and transitions and expectations in this particular video. So I'm going to start off with morning duty. So one thing I learned a lot, and our admin team talked a lot about, our school improvement team talked about, is morning duty last year was a little chaotic and wasn't as effective as we felt like it could be. So looking into the 26-27 school year, we're going to do our arrival and morning duty a little differently. So, just like last year, students will arrive at 7:55 in the morning and begin entering. All students will be offered breakfast and can eat in the cafeteria. Last year and this year, they ate on the left-hand side of the cafeteria, and that will remain the same. The difference is last year students began reporting to homeroom at 8:15. We held them in the gym and we had about 600 students there before that time and held all of those students. It was very difficult for staff to supervise that, manage that, and then get back to their classrooms. So this year it's going to look a little different. Students enter at 7:55, same thing as last year, but instead of going to the gym, we are going to try and house them on the right side of the cafeteria. Instead of releasing at 8:15, they will release to homerooms at 8:05. So teachers are expected, as mentioned earlier, to be on campus by 8 o'clock and be at their doors by 8:05 to receive students. With that being said, that means that we have a gap of about 10 minutes from 7:55 to 8:05. So I have discussed this with the school improvement team and we have agreed. So I'm going to offer flex time, which we'll talk about in just a little bit in this video, for staff that are interested in being our morning duty representatives from 7:50 until 8 o'clock. So those staff members would be expected to be on campus 10 minutes earlier than the remaining staff at 7:50 in the morning. Those staff members will report to the cafeteria area at 7:50 to greet and welcome students at 7:55 and begin the arrival process. Elective teachers will then arrive at 8 o'clock and come to the cafeteria to trade out with any of our morning duty staff members, and then those staff members can report to their homerooms or other locations for the morning. So again, that is an opportunity that I think will be something some staff are going to be really pleased with. And so from 7:50 to 8 o'clock, you earn 10 minutes of flex time every day. That doesn't seem like a lot. However, when you do the math, that's 5 days of flex time for the year. That's going to be important and something you could find very valuable. So if you're a morning person and think you could help for 10 extra minutes in the morning, you need to send me an email so that I know you are interested in being a morning duty representative. Now, if we do not have enough staff sign up for this opportunity, we will have to go back to a grade level rotation where grade levels will be responsible for 1 week of morning duty from 7:50 to 8 o'clock. Next is transition. So when students leave the cafeteria, they will report to their appropriate hallway and their appropriate stairwell. So welcome to Garwell Central, and one of the things that's my pet peeve is walking on the right side of the hallway. So making sure as students transition, they transition by walking in the hallway and they walk on the right-hand side. Just like driving down a road, I try and teach that expectation to students that if we move on the right side, that we're less likely to have a traffic jam and to have conflicts and negative interactions in the hallway. So maintaining right side transitions. Sixth grade will use the stairwell towards the end near the CTE hallway, near the elective area where art and Spanish are if you're upstairs, and downstairs where the CTE hallway is at. Eighth grade uses that first stairwell on the seventh grade hall, which is near where Mr. Brown's classroom is if you are upstairs. And if you're downstairs, it's going to be near Mr. West or Miss Sanchez, who is new to us. Welcome, Miss Sanchez, on that area. Seventh grade doesn't need to use a stairwell, they'll be on that first floor. Transitions are also important for when you're going to electives. So, core teachers, when students are ready to transition to their elective class, I expect that you walk your class to electives. That means you are lining them up in an orderly fashion. You are going to walk them on the right side of the hallway, and you are going to follow them all the way to their elective area. When you have your grade level meeting, you will need to decide which teachers are going to walk down the CTE hallway and which teachers are going to walk down towards the gym area. 7th grade, you guys are backwards and going to be looking at who is going to be going upstairs as well. For my 6th grade students, please make sure that those students are getting escorted down the stairwell all the way to the CTE hall and then all the way down to the PE and band area. Mr. Green for band will be meeting them in the cafeteria area to get them started with that transition, since that is an isolated elective down that hallway. Elective teachers, when it is time for students to return to their core class or for dismissal, I expect you guys to line them up as well, walking them all the way back to their hallway. All elective teachers should be walking back to the grade level hallway for 7th and 8th grade, and all elective teachers should be walking 6th grade to the dismissal area. My elective and 6th grade teachers, we will be talking about this during our grade level meeting on how the afternoon dismissal will look specifically for our 6th graders. So let's talk about that. Afternoon dismissal. In the afternoon, we do use a carpool dismissal, but let's talk about buses first. And so our bus riders are called by grade level. 6th grade goes first, then 7th, then 8th. An announcement is made for those students to dismiss. Now, last year, we had representatives that went out to carpool, and it stayed the same all year. Feedback was they wanted this to change so that there was a rotation as to who was going to be outside, who was going to be inside. And in conversations with our admin team and our school improvement team, we decided that you guys can probably manage this with less staff, and that would allow some people to have an off quarter, which means you wouldn't have an afternoon duty for dismissal, but you're still responsible to be on campus until 4 o'clock. So let's look at that. So I'm going to use Miss Bailey Street and her team as an example. And so if you look at 6th grade here at quarter one, Miss Bailey Street is going to line her bus students up and walk them outside and get them on the bus. And once they're on the bus, she is going to remain outside and manage carpool and be trained on how to manage carpool dismissal in the afternoon. Miss M is going to house all remaining carpool students for her team. And team leads are very familiar with this and able to go over this again in your grade level meeting. But Ms. M will house all carpool students, pull up the carpool dismissal process, and then be responsible for sending students out as their number shows up on the screen. Ms. Townsend Mills, welcome to Granville Central. We're excited to have you. And Ms. Monkatar would then be off. That means that they have their afternoons to run copies, do their lesson plans, get what they need to get done, still responsible to remain on campus until 4 o'clock. However, they won't have any student supervision responsibilities. Now notice in quarter two, Miss M is now going to line the bus students up, walk them out, and manage carpool out in the carpool loop. Miss Townsend Mills will house all the carpool students, and then Miss Bailey Street and Miss Monkatar will have the afternoon off. And that process continues through quarter three and quarter four. Every staff member in core classes will have a 2 quarters in which they will have an afternoon duty and 2 quarters which they will have off. As you have your team discussions, you may say, hey, I really want to do carpool. I think that's something I'm good at and want to be outside. And that is totally fine. Just have your team leads reach out to me. Let me know what your decisions are, and we'll clean up this master spreadsheet so that everybody has access. Moving on. Extra duties. So there are a few things that you are responsible for here at Granville Central. One of those is our dances. We offer 4 dances a year. 2 are right after school. We call those hangouts. They're from 4 to 5:30. And then 2 are going to be our dances. They're a little bit more formal. We have our Halloween dance and our semi-formal, which is our Valentine's dance. Those are 6 to 8. There is a sign-up genius. You'll need to sign up for 2 of those for the whole year. Another sign-up genius that is already ready to rock and roll is our athletic sign-up genius. So you will sign up for 3 sports in the fall semester and 3 sporting event duties for the spring semester. We have plenty of other opportunities, so if you really like sports or really want to help or gain more flex time, please sign up for more. We'd love your help and love to have you there. So let's talk about flex time. So the flex form is in the Panther portal. You can locate that and utilize this. So any responsibility that is approved by me after 4 o'clock earns you flex time. If you're new to Granville County, flex time might be new to you. It was to me as well. Cool thing about flex time is you get to use this on optional work days, or you can use it to replace annual leave days throughout the school year. Flex time must be logged in this form in order for it to count towards your time. I'm not going to keep up with it. I need you guys to be responsible for filling this out and having it updated. Last year, we had a lot of snow days and days that teachers could utilize this time. You can also utilize it to bank your time towards retirement. So for annual leave days, like at Christmas, you have 5 annual leave days that you are already expected to utilize within our calendar. Flex time can replace those annual leave days. Annual leave days roll over to sick time. Sick time rolls over to early retirement, which is great news if you are looking to retire, which we all are at one point. So making sure that you get that flex time. So looking back at that morning duty we talked about, again, if mornings are something that you are interested in and you say, I can give 10 more minutes of my day and I can be there 10 minutes early, again, that gets you 5 full days of flex time. This coming Friday is an optional work day. If you have flex time, you're able to use that. So making sure that you get that in there. The days in October for our fall break or optional work days, those are days you're going to want to use your flex time. Annual leave days towards Christmas. And then our spring break, end of the year, there are a lot of opportunities for you to use your flex time. So hopefully you will look for those opportunities. If you sign up for extra games, extra dances, all of those sign-ups will count towards your extra duties and your flex time.